Alright, hello, it's Jerry again from Tartu Estonia. I still haven't found the alleged Third Russian Orthodox Church or some kind of Orthodox church, but I just wanted to show everyone. If you've looked for other people's videos of Tartu, a lot of them probably show this white building, and it's like a high-rise of apartments or flats or condominiums. They might have both rentals and purchase units. For those of you who don't know, because not everyone on the planet has the same native language, apartment is American English and flat is British English for a unit that you rent, but do not necessarily purchase. Okay, and in the United States we have this word condominium, condo for short, which is a living unit in a building of living units which you purchase. Okay, and since you don't own the whole building, then you have fees that you pay to the people who maintain the building to do services for the building, so that your living place is actually habitable. Okay, so most videos will show this this tower from somewhere else, like the center of Tartu. We're still looking from the southeast, what I've designated as the southeast. I think we're pretty close to like Tahe, Danav, Star Street, and I think down there we got Kalevi. I was just on Kalevi Street. I went over to that at Salome Kirik. The Baptist church named Salem Church is on Kalevi. So that's Kalevi Street right there. But I just want to show you once again how beautiful Tartu is. And we did have more snow this morning, about another inch. But look once again at the mixture of old and new. And when you look at the old buildings, if you might look at an individual old building and say, oh, it's old, it looks old, it looks beat to death, it looks unattractive to me, it looks unappealing to me, it's an eyesore, things like that. Some people might look at individual buildings that are old, and because they're not shiny brand new, might think this kind of way. Now, me personally, I look at the whole picture and I see the variety of buildings together, and I look at the new buildings. I say, hey, that's cool. It's nice and new. It's neat. It's flashy. All right, cool, man, neato. But then I look at the old buildings and I see history, and I see character, and some of these old buildings have probably been around for a few hundred years. Some of them have probably been around for several hundred years. Some of them have probably been around for 60 years. Okay? And for some of the buildings that might look old on the outside, a lot of them have probably been remodeled on the inside, unless they're historical landmarks, and even then, you know, you can restore some things depending on what they are. If the building is designated a historical landmark, I believe there are some options to do some kinds of renovations to the interior, depending on what they are and whether or not they take away from the historical value of the building itself. I've heard a little bit about this. It's not my field, okay, but to me, this building, some people might think it's unattractive. To me, as part of the overall picture, to me, I think this building is beautiful. This building here, beautiful. Beautiful. To me, these buildings are every bit as beautiful as those brand new shiny buildings, okay, with Wi-Fi coming out of their poonies, excuse me. Yes, so, oh, and just to follow up on the last video where there was Unne Street, and then the Russian underneath transliterated had Uy N Ye. Me personally, see the Russian alphabet, that letter yeah, it comes in the same order as most alphabets, where the Latin alphabets have the letter E, or what in Europe they call A, okay, A, B, C, D, E. In Russian also it's A, B, V, G, D, yeah, okay, and then yo is the yeah with the two dots over it, the umlaut over it. See, and when Russians transliterate, and they take that European A, which looks to an American like an E, and they stick the yeah in its place. And to me, it always sounds crazy, because I would want to take the Russian letter E. Okay, it looks kind of like a 3. I would want to use that because it's just E, it's not yeah. So it would be a more accurate. Then it would come out sounding like unne instead of unye. And that would be closer to unne, okay? I would just transliterate something as close as possible if I had the available letter that would allow me to do that. So here I'm being prescriptive, I guess. I'm being critical. There might be some reason for that. I think it might have something to do with, like, this Russian letter, eh. It's the third to the last letter of the Russian alphabet, you, ya. I've only seen it at the beginning of Russian words. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't know, expeditia. It's probably a Russian word, expeditia, which means expedition, I'm going to guess. Encyclopedia, I think. Russian uses a loan word from encyclopedia, and that probably starts with this eh. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that letter is only supposed to be used at the beginning of Russian words. I don't know. But I don't know. I think they're kind of like clowns without the big shoes and red nose and orange wig, and that they should have. They're actually out of costume for using this yeah instead of this eh in situations like this. But I'm just being kind of silly. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just an impression. I would transliterate things a little differently, but what do I know? I'm just a tourist. Okay. All right. So ciao everyone. Until next time. And this video is way too long, so I'm saying bye now. Bye.